Howdy, I'm Gary, Dillon Precision's Human Manual. Today I've got some tech tips on the CP2000 case processing machine. There may be a few adjustments that you need to make to the case feeder on your CP2000 just to optimize the case feeding. There's an adjustable block inside to keep cases feeding right side up. There's a window that you have to adjust. And on the inside, on the case feed plate, you may or may not need to install a spacer washer to lift this case feed plate up for higher center of gravity cases like 357, 44 Magnum, and 45 Colt. Let's show you how to do that. So the first thing you need to do is remove the case feed tube, pop it out of the clip, set it off to the side. Loosen the set screw in the back if you've tightened it. Lift the case feed bowl off the post. Now, you have an adjustable block. Its purpose in life is to deflect cases that aren't sitting nicely in the notches of the case feed plate down to the bottom of the bowl so they can get reorganized and come up through correctly. Now you will have to make adjustments to this. The two screws that secure it have slotted holes. So you can slide this block up, down, you can tilt it as necessary. To adjust this block, you just loosen these two screws. You don't need to take them out, just loosen them a half a turn or so. Then this block will slide up, it will slide down. You can have this side down, this side up. You can do the reverse, whatever works best. The case feed manual will have recommendations for how to adjust this block, but some trial and error is required. Next, on the case feed plate, there will be circumstances where you need to put a washer underneath here. The purpose for the washer is it elevates this plate up for taller cases such as 357 Magnum, 41 Magnum, 44 Magnum, and 45 Colt. Easy to do, we'll show you how to do that. So you'll pull these two bolts out of the top of the clutch plate. Be careful not to lose all the washers that are on here. Lift off the upper clutch plate and hardware. Now, on the underside, pull off the lower clutch plate. This really thick washer that you had no idea what was for goes on top of the lower clutch plate. Reinstall the upper plate. Don't tighten these screws too tight. You don't want to squish the bode washers down to where they're flat, because if a case causes this plate to jam, this clutch needs to be able to turn so that you don't burn up a motor. Then, once that's done, you can see how it is installed. Put it back into the bowl. Turn it so that the notches in the pin line up with the groove in the lower clutch plate, and it falls into place. The other point of adjustment is this gate here. This is where the cases fall into the top of the funnel. Depending upon the length of the case or the diameter of the case, you may need to loosen this. And it's easiest if you just take off the thumb screw and the washer, and now you can slide this. There's a series of notches molded into the bowl for this plate to fit into. Refer to your manual as for which position is appropriate for which cartridge. And don't be afraid to experiment. If you find that you're getting cases are not feeding as fast as you would like, you may need to open this notch up a little. If cases are binding, because multiple cases are trying to feed, close it up an extra notch.